Oh my god. Sweet Jesus. This is episode 13.5. I was sitting there looking at Darren over what he haven't even watched yet because it finally got put up on YouTube. And he says, "Thank you, YouTube." He had oil all over his face. And he realized he was just so oily and disgusting. Yeah, well, you're right, but shut up. I'm putting sunscreen on, man, up my face. I'm riding on my bicycle going shopping this morning. There's the oily. I wiped it off. I'm going out again in a bit. Crank some more music. Actually, right now, is literally going to be Queen's. I can't even say it right now. Flash Gordon. Good Lord. What a joke is that, dude, for me. Hey, c'est la vie, that is. Flash Gordon, man. Dun 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 dun. Alright, so going back to whatever I was saying about how pissed off about Major Kevin Burns that I am, I still am. But my whole point to that art that he and Marlene Swierczek created. Here again, that's all good. That's all fine. My whole point, I'm not as good as both of them to go out and hang out with people and do that kind of stuff. I've told my students, I've probably told you before, I'm actually shy. It took me a lot of energy to stand in front of crowds. Okay? And because that's just who I am. But man, I love teaching. But you got to realize, man, when all kinds of teachers, UNR, everywhere else, man, when they're done with their semester, dude, I learned this from the outstanding Professor Jane Detweiler, who to me is a great teacher. Boom, I want to see her again and give her a big hug. She was on my committee. Yeah, so yeah, dude. So I'll keep this really short. I really will, because I ran out of video room on my cell phone here, and I'm still trying to figure out how to function. Okay, so my whole point, literally, against the George W. Bush 23 years ago, my whole point was, if these assholes never created this lie, this bullshit, all of those wonderful people who my heart goes out for, that Kevin Burns and Marilee Swierczek created. My whole point is that we didn't need to be there because it was illegal, and these people not going to that should have goddamn survived to this day. That is critical thinking. I am terribly sorry for the loss of everybody who have lost in their family. As a professor up at Western Nevada Community College, at the very first night I asked all my students, hey, do you have family or friends in war or whatever, Easily 80% of my classes, 85 was raising their hands. Regardless, this all ties into Colonel Cracker and my characters. It literally boils down to thinking critically. So once again, my whole point as an empath, man, these assholes in charge created their own war. And all of us who are working had to go with it. So they shouldn't have been there in the first place. And that's why I always, especially believing to this minute, to this second, the love of Bernie Sanders and what we should have as a society moved forward. So that I've got more stories, but I ain't going to do that right now because my head here again, it's just my first day of a higher number of pills. But I'm moving, and I'm going to be cranking on. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody, it's hot outside. Stay cool. I'm trying. And have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening.